Be honest. How's your mental health doing? JJ, you doing all right?
Honestly, I'm doing all right, but I do go a little up and down.
Yeah. I am that close. Just that close. Got the kids. I got the radio job. I got this job. I have another radio job back in Boston. I got side
The
gigs that I'm
work,
doing.
the working from home.
I'm
Yeah.
working like 16 hours a day and I'm ready to
Oof.
lose my mind. And what you need to do if you're feeling like me is to take a second and breathe and maybe listen to our next.
That's right, because Rebecca Sultan is here. She's going to bring some calm and reason to us all. She's a manager with the Employee Assistant Program Services with the Health Plan of Nevada. And we're so happy to have you because we all could use a little boost to our health this morning. Rebecca, how are you?
Hi, I am doing well, thank you. Doing a lot of self-care so that I am good.
Good. Yes, very important.
Good. Good. That's really super important and so important for us adults. Also, that we are watching over the kids right now because this really truly is having an effect on the young folks as well. Are there certain signs that you advise to all the parents listening out there um, to watch over their kids who may be struggling with mental challenges during this time?
Yes, so the uncertainty surrounding COVID can be unsettling for anyone, but especially our kids and our teens. They have an even harder time dealing with the stress. So it's important that we recognize certain signs and symptoms that they may be exhibiting.
Mhm.
So changes in their eating or their sleeping, they may be acting clingy or withdrawn, anxious.
Mhm.
They may be struggling focusing or concentrating on their schoolwork, headaches, body aches that are unexplained, excessive crying, or reverting to old behaviors like bedwetting. So teens may also even turn to alcohol, nicotine, or drug use. This isn't an exhaustive list, but it's a start. So if you notice some changes, be prepared to act on them and seek out professional help.
Absolutely. So if we start to see this, how do we act on them? Because trying to be walk in and be like, hey, I'm the cool dad. No, it's all right. You can talk to me. That doesn't always work. How do we get the ball rolling there and maybe be able to step in and help?
So start by having a conversation. Make sure you're talking to the kids, explaining to them at their level,
Mhm.
and answering any questions they may have. Make them feel secure and let them know that you're there to protect them.
Mhm.
You can also share some tips on what you do to manage your unsettling feelings.
Mhm.
They learn from you. Definitely set some boundaries on social media and not watching too much news. Set a
Got
good example by showing your children ways to stay healthy during quarantine,
it. Mhm.
maintaining healthy eating habits, getting plenty of rest, and getting plenty of physical activity. Make sure you're staying connected with friends and family via text, online, or even the old fashioned way with sending letters.
Mhm.
Rebecca, I started laughing when you were talking about social media, limiting it
News,
and
yeah.
don't watch too much news because, yeah, just the truth of it was so relevant that I started to giggle. Rebecca, did you hear Sean in the beginning, my co-host, when he was going through this long list of all his current grievances?
Oh yeah.
That is just a perfect example of how this time is challenging for adults as well. And the three of us here, we are all working from home, connecting today, making things happen as best as we can. But what other advice do you have for us adults as far as keeping a peace of mind right now?
So now more than ever, parents are not only working from home, they're being teachers' assistants, right?
Right.
Navigating our whole new normal. So it's natural to have anxious thoughts. So it's important for parents to recognize and accept their anxious feelings and their fears.
Mhm.
So if they're worried about things, make an action plan. If they're worried about their finances, start a budget or a savings plan.
Mhm.
I typically recommend 3 steps for dealing with anxious behaviors. So be kind to your body. Doing tension relieving exercises or going for massages, getting plenty of rest. Sleep is extremely important. Practice healthy thinking. Stop the negative thoughts and the overuse of absolutes like never and always. Try to avoid alcohol, caffeine, nicotine. They all increase your anxiety.
Mhm.
Engage your mind. Get out and do something you enjoy, like walking or hiking. Plan your day. Having too much or too little to do can make us even more anxious. And then keep a diary of your symptoms.
Yeah, no question. No, I was just thinking that having the too much to do for absolutely for sure. And I know what Health Plan in Nevada does. Obviously, you're about having a whole body approach, not just physically but mentally as well, and making sure that everyone's on the up and up. And we appreciate having you here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Rebecca.
Okay.
And I like that suggestion of a diary of your symptoms, but Sean, you give me a verbal diary
Oh,
of
yeah.
your symptoms every day.
Daily. Healthplanofnevada.com if you want to learn more. The number's right there on your screen as well. And Health Plan of Nevada is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.